Now, young people and boys and girls, we've just read from Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 to 11, the story of the wise men who came from the east. And this is what it says. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And I have a star here with me. Where do we see if I press this button, what happens? Oh, look at that. It's not tremendous. We'll press it one more time and see what happens. Oh, it stopped blinking. But you can still see the light. And I'm going to set that there just for a little moment. You see, the Bible tells us when they saw his star. And what do stars do? Stars give off light. And we could talk about the twinkling of the star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. All right? The stars, they give light. And remember when the Lord Jesus came into the world, he said, I am the light of the world. And of course, there's nothing better than light, nothing purer than light. You know that light and heat go together, light and power go together, light and health go together. And here's the Lord Jesus when he comes into the world. These wise men, they see his star. And that star connects to the fact that Jesus said, I am the light of the world. And he is the true light that come into a world of darkness to bring not only light but life into our world. And of course the light brings healing, it brings hope, and of course the light saves. Now let me tell you something about a little village in Germany. It was called, and is to this day, Goldberg. And I'm going to travel back in time. I'll press a button in my time machine in our heads, and we're traveling back 670 years ago to 1353. And all over Europe, there was a thing called the Black Plague. And people were dying not in their 10s or 20s, but in their hundreds and in their thousands, and cities and towns and villages, they were devastated. And you see, when the Black Plague come, you know what people did? They shut themselves inside their houses. And they wouldn't go out for fear. And if anybody had to come up to knock on their door, they didn't get in, because people were really terrified and petrified of this Black Plague, this death that was coming. And in the little village of Goldberg in 1353, Christmas Eve came, and there was absolute silence in that little village. And there wasn't a light on in any of the houses that made up that village. And one man who was still alive thought to himself, it's Christmas Eve. And he had been reading his Bible, and he'd been reading about the wise men who came from the east and were guided by his star. And he was thinking of Christ as the light of the world. And he was thinking of being a light for Christ, shining in the darkness. And at midnight, he came out of his house, opened the door, came out into the streets, and he looked up and he could see the stars all twinkling in the sky. Not another light on, not another sinner about. And he was there by himself, and he thought, you know what? In our wee village, I'm the only one left. And he did a strange thing. He started to sing. Now, I'm not going to sing this morning, you'll be glad. But this is part of what he sang. Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace. Hail the Son of Righteousness. Light and life to all he brings. Risen with healing in his wings. Mild he lays his glory by. Born that man no more may die. Born to raise the sons of earth. Born to give them second birth. And as he sang in the night, guess what? Another door opened. Another light went on. And this man was joined by another man. And as the two of them went up the street singing this hymn that they knew very well, reciting again this verse, emphasizing it, other lights come on. And very soon there was 25 people, men, women and children and young people, all gathered together on the street of Goldberg, and they walked up and down till away past 2 o'clock in Christmas morning, singing that beautiful carol. Now, to this very day, the inhabitants of Goldberg meet at 12 o'clock, midnight and Christmas Eve, and they sing right through till about 2 o'clock in the morning. And the singing of that hymn to that people signaled to them on Christmas Eve into Christmas morning the death of the Black Plague, and the heralding of the stars in the sky signaled that a new dawn was coming, and soon the sun would arise and bring in Christmas Day. And that incident and the light of the stars brought to that people hope. It brought healing for their mind because they were delivered from their fears. And of course, that is something that happened then that's still carried on tradition to this very day. And they sing exactly the same hymns that I've just quoted, and of course, many others. So I want us to think this morning of his star. And it was because he had read about his star, thinking of the stars in the sky, he went out to look, began to sing, and others joined him. And that was a great cause of hope. And I pray today that we'll sense something and see something of his star, and that will be a cause of hope for us. The Lord bless you. Thank you.